Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks. So today is the day. Wow, are you excited? Everybody, are you excited? Today is the day where your glorious leader, Boris, will announce his roadmap. The roadmap to get your freedom back. That'll be the freedom that already belongs to you, but you're being told you don't actually have. So they make out. But even though Boris is announcing this later on today, we already know what the roadmap is because it was it was leaked to the newspapers. It's strange, isn't it? All these government documents leaking to newspapers. Wow, their security must be whack. Of course, these leaks are all deliberate. The leaking of these documents is all a coordinated operation in order to prime the public. Nothing is ever actually leaked. These fake leaks are done so to soften you up. So let's take a quick look at this GUFF on the front page of the newspapers this morning. Daily useless. Boris, we'll take it one careful step at a time. Oh yes, I bet you will be very careful, slow steps. First step maybe, let's not get carried away, maybe around summertime. Second step, oh maybe that'll be next year, who knows. And oh look, it's the Daily Fail, conveying the exact same message. Slow march to freedom. Let's make sure we don't get the peasants' hopes up. Make sure they understand that nothing is going to change quickly. It will be a slow march to freedom. And here we have the Sun. March to freedom. Roadmap unveiled today. So yesterday it was blanket coverage of how everyone will be offered the jab and how this was the route to freedom on all of the papers, and now we have this roadmap GUFF. And what exactly is on this roadmap? Well, it says here from March the 8th, yes, you can sit on a park bench with one other person. I don't know if you're allowed to feed the ducks in the park yet, but you can sit on a park bench with one other person, lucky you. Then maybe phase 2, late April, some shops might be able to open. And then in May, maybe some pubs can open. And all of this, though, is contingent, of course, on jabs. Basically, it's a load of bollocks. It's all just delayed tactics. Do you recall the life before this? A life where you had this political narrative through the mainstream media, which included politicians arguing with one another about the economy every week, where the pretend fake opposition party would accuse the other pretend fake opposition party of ruining the economy due to some new policy, of how you would also hear about unemployment rates, how you would hear about on the news of how the British economy had started to stall this month, etc., etc. All of that fake reality has now been switched off, have you noticed? Nobody seems to give a stuff about all of that stuff anymore. And the government has this never-ending pot of money for this so-called crisis. All of a sudden, they don't need you to open your small or medium-sized businesses and earn an income to generate taxes. It seems those people are now surplus to requirements. No, there seems to be no interest in the economy. But there is 100% focus on jabs and roadmaps. A roadmap that offers the smallest crumbs from the table. You can stuff your roadmap. They have no intention of opening up. I recall seeing that leaked Canadian document from an MP which gave a roadmap about the Great Reset last year. Now, this document has been labelled as fake by those fact-checking people, but it is still uncannily accurate. Continuous lockdowns, economy crashed, small to medium businesses eradicated, huge amount of the population therefore losing their independence, then becoming dependent on the state. The introduction of universal basic income due to the fact of the huge increase in the unemployed. Universal basic income hasn't been touted yet that much by the mind control media, but just take a quick look through a Google search over the last 7 days and you can see trials of universal basic income being initiated all over the place, and articles from the mainstream media asking, is it time now to bring in a universal basic income? You know, the same old tactics, the same old preconditioning over time through discussion in the media. The roadmap is GUFF, GUFF of the highest order, offering you the least it can. It's clear they have no intention of ending this. Look at Israel. Half the people have got the jab. Those that have taken the jab are now forced to take vaccine passports to go anywhere, and they still have to wear masks and socially distance, even amongst themselves in the venues they are in. The roadmap is not a roadmap to freedom. It's a roadmap to coerce the public into jabs, and then the ultimate goal, which is jab passports. If you didn't check it out, you should watch my video, The Dark Future of Health Passports. It is clear, when you've looked through enough documents and World Economic Forum articles, it is clear they want you and your passport to be a one-stop system of control. Your financial transactions, your travel, your freedom, and a social credit system just like China. And once again we see today Tony Blair, who has received 27 million in donations from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, will apparently be mentioned in the roadmap speech tonight. See here in the Express, Blair coordinating travel plan for vaccine passport rollout for Boris's Monday speech. This roadmap is not a roadmap to go back to normal. It's merely just telling you another 5 weeks lockdown. And some kids can go back to school. Oh, and don't forget, they want to test them, and you also to test them twice a week. That's all it is. This roadmap, it's an announcement telling you another 5 weeks lockdown. But hey, we will allow you to sit on a park bench. You can have that. In Ireland, they just came out and said it the other day. Another 9 weeks severe lockdown, they said. Didn't do the old leaking it to the press. They didn't think they needed to. The Irish government have had so little pushback from the public, they just flippantly put this out through the tabloids a few days ago, thinking the public, they would just accept it. In the UK, they are more wary of the possibility of the backlash, so they use more psychology and they use more bullshit, basically, so they can just dress it up as, oh, here's a roadmap, but effectively, it's just 5 weeks more lockdown. The roadmap is literally the government once again putting your life on standstill, putting your life on hold, putting your life on pause, holding you back and not letting you continue your life in the hope that you will get frustrated and relent and you will eventually do what they want. What kind of government is that? Like I said before, you never give in to bullies. It never works. It will never end. You never give in to people who give you ultimatums. They will never stop. Once you give in, they will continue to do the same over and over again. Because once you give in, they know they can control you. Never give up and never give in to bullies. As always, thanks for listening. Come and subscribe to hugotalks.com. That's my domain, and I get to keep all the subscribers. If YouTube censors or deletes this channel, I will lose all the subscribers, and I want to continue this outside of this environment. So if you do want to subscribe and have me keep you up to date with new posts, subscribe to hugotalks.com, and I will see you later.